Hello, this is Kian from Football Obsession. Sorry to bother you again with another issue. With this podcast that I've just done with Jamie, there's a few audio issues. You might not be able to hear him that much. Turn your volume up to the max though. You definitely can hear me. I've just listened back. It might not come out on your end with audio issues, but hopefully it comes out perfect on your end. But it might not. There is going to be some audio issues. It looks like you can hear him. I'm sorry about this. I am still learning and fully trying to get used to everything. I'm very new to all this. I'm just learning about it. If you could just bear that in mind, and I'd appreciate that. This has been Kian, and I'm out. Hello, this is Kian from the Football Obsession podcast. Welcome to like episode number 8 or something. Today I'm with Jamie. You want to say hello? First of all, how are you doing? Good. Just chilling out. Yeah, same. I'm enjoying them. We're going to be moving a bit away from Euro stuff today. We're going to be talking about the ideal transfer window for United, the ins, the outs, etc. that the players were linked to. Because I've got a few like what you would call maybe controversial opinions. I'm not sure about you. I've not really spoke to you about that. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you to Jamie for being patient and designing the channel banner, which is really good. Very very cheap to do and massively patient with me to do that. So thank you for that. So we're gonna go into first of all the opinions on the positions, our opinions on the positions that need to be strengthened, and the players that we need to probably let go of. So do you want to start with that?
The positions we need to strengthen are centre back, CDM, and right mid. But
Yeah.
we need a CDM. That is the one. We get a CDM, move to a right mid, then move to a centre back, and then get your backup players.
Massively.
We need
Yeah.
them. We need them world class players to come in with experience.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Um, I think personally, the CDM, you're lagging a bit. Just to let you know, so sorry if you're watching a video and it's lagging. Um, it may be a little bit laggy. But I think the positions, I agree with you. The positions we need to strengthen are CDM. I think we need a backup right back, like you were saying, a backup. I think we need a centre back and a right winger, and I also think we need probably. Obviously, I love Cavani. I completely adore him and what he's done since he's got here. But I think with his injury record, I think we probably need a new striker, considering considering how bad Martial's season was. I know Martial, he's loved by a lot of people, but I think we need a backup striker at least. Personally, I'm not sure about you. No.
I disagree, sort of.
Okay. What do you think Martial's good enough?
I think he is good enough to play as a backup striker.
Okay.
Whenever he has the pressure on him, he starts to make mistakes. He starts to overthink a lot. But the best way I can put it is, look, 2 seasons ago, when he wasn't the first striker and there was Rashford with him, the man was skillful,
Yeah.
playing on the edge, getting to people. He had no worries, so he didn't. He just went for it.
No.
Then last season, like who else was he had? Like yes, Cavani he signed, but
Yeah.
he just I probably thought, oh, Cavani's going to take my role away. I got to work, and it just didn't work.
No.
out for him.
No, I didn't.
See,
Yeah, it was really bad season for him. It really frustrated me, his performances, because it felt like he was not only like it felt like we were playing with 10 men, but also it felt like he was detrimental to have on the pitch. And I was speaking to my uncle about this last night when we were watching Belgium play Portugal, and when Lukaku was playing, Lukaku's not my cup of tea, and I completely agree that he's world class, unbelievable player. He's just personally for me, players like, for example, Lukaku, for example, Ibrahimovic, the two strikers that we've had in the past like 6 years. they're just not my cup of tea in terms of the way they play. They don't do that movement that Cavani does because they're obviously big men that they play differently. But I would love Martial to prove me wrong. But my opinion is I just don't think he's good enough even as a backup. But I hope he stays and proves us wrong rather than goes to Tottenham, which he's been linked with. And then a CDM, obviously this can vary so much because you've got Zakaria, you've got Rice, you've got Sabitzer, who's available 15 million, you've got Bissouma, you've got Camavinga, who we've been massively linked with over the past like 2-3 days now. So who will be your first choice CDM, and who do you think we will get if we was to get a CDM?
My choice would probably be, honestly, it'd rather be Zakaria or Sabitzer, because yes, Camavinga, he's such a player, but what age is he now? He's only 18, 19.
Yeah, he's 18. Yeah.
Now then, we need that player who has experience in different leagues,
Yeah.
cups, to come in to control the midfield. Say, right, you push forward, I got it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, of course, yeah. See, I was speaking to my personal choice for CDM will be Declan Rice. I've watched West Ham and I know he divides opinion massively. I love Declan Rice. I love the way he also goes forward as well as, and I know that could be described as a box to box, but it's not. He's contributing to going forward, but he's also protecting the back four. He's dictating that play, but I was speaking to like one of my cousins. I was at a party last week and I was speaking to one of my cousins and they were saying, "No, I think McTominay is good enough as a CDM, as a lone CDM. If we got Varane, for example, so they don't have to protect the back four and they go forward." And I was massively disagreeing, but I couldn't. I could see the opinion of. I could see where he's going with that opinion, but I disagree with that opinion, and I respect that opinion, but. Like I said, I think we need a new CDM. Whether that, for me, my second choice would be Bissouma. I just don't think we'll get him. I think Arsenal are going to get him. It looks like. Yeah, I would just love any CDM, really, any CDM. Um, yeah, unless it's Sean Longstaff or Matty Longstaff, I wouldn't mind. Like we were linked with £50 million move for Sean Longstaff, was it? That was awful. For the centre back, it looks like we're heavily linked with Varane. What's your opinion on that? Do you think we'll get him?
Oh, I beg.
Yeah, so do I.
If we get him and he links with Maguire, in my opinion, that I'll say it right now. If we get Varane, we'll have the best back four in the league.
Oh yeah, I massively agree. I massively agree. See, personally, I think Wan-Bissaka last season, a lot of people are saying he had a good season. I think he got better going forward. Watching though, I think he's defending. It's just not great. Personally, if you go back to that Istanbul Başakşehir game when we got knocked out, the game that inevitably led to us getting knocked out. If you go back to, there's many games, the Spurs game, both home and away, when we conceded that one goal away and 6 at home, which was awful. I don't think he's good enough, which I think we need a backup right back. But if we get Varane, I agree that our defence will be unreal. I think Maguire's come on leaps and bounds. Obviously, we're struggling with some personal issues after what happened in Mykonos at the start of last season. And he's come on leaps and bounds since that. And I watched his podcast with Gary Neville on The Overlap on YouTube. And he just seems like such a motivated, intelligent man that wants to just do his best, for the club. And I love that. I love it. Do you agree with me about the Wan-Bissaka situation? What I was saying about that in terms of the fact that I don't think he's good enough, really.
You would think he's good enough to play
No,
right at the start.
oh no, I do. I think I probably phrased that wrong. I don't think aspects of his game are good enough. I think he has to massively improve on the defending aspect of his game.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
Going forward this season, like he went forward more season.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm not saying something. Trent, best right back in the world going forward, and then Wan-Bissaka overdoes him with it. And yes, his defensive work, it was a mess this season, and there's no point denying it.
No.
But honestly, that is not him doing it.
No.
It's the coaching staff basically telling you I'm gonna have to do it because
Yeah.
Maguire and Lindelof, they don't link together.
Oh no.
They don't know who has to mark the big man. They're just
No. Maybe Wan-Bissaka will improve with another centre back there next to him, because maybe he's covering for Lindelof. Maybe he's trying to cover for Lindelof. Also going forward more, getting caught out with his positional sense more, because we hadn't had a right winger up until like the back end of the season with Greenwood. Obviously, he had an amazing end to the season. We didn't really have a right winger, and we've not had a right winger for a long time now, since like Antonio Valencia's early days, which is unbelievable. Which we go on to that, and we're about to get one finally, and I'm gonna make a video when Fabrizio Romano says here we go on Sancho, and I'm hoping it's within the next few days. But it's been gone.
I can see it beats now. I don't know why.
I hope so.
I want 8 or 9 really got a here we go by Fabrizio.
I hope so. Even though I'll be watching the Spain game, I'll go and record a video instantly, me, and watch the rest of the game, because I've got a few jokes written like in my head to tell about how close it's been for ages now. So yeah, but for me, I'm looking forward to seeing Sancho, but this saga's drained the life out of me. We've been trying to get him for like 2 years.
The saga's gone for so long. I
Yeah.
can't picture Sancho playing behind him.
No.
I can't.
No.
I can't see him wearing the United shirt.
Of course.
and playing with Rashford next season. I can't.
Nah.
It's
It's ludicrous how long it's been going on, and it does show a bit of like incompetence. Well, a lot of incompetence up at the top of the club, but that's for another day, in my opinion, because the sort of player that we're getting will massively improve our team, and obviously he played. I think he only played one game in City's first team, but I can't wait for him to score against City. That is going to be unreal. Oh, and wind everyone up.
After he said, you're not good enough, you might as well just go.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Imagine like next season, it's one of the, remember that, I can't remember what season it was, but the Aguero moment.
Oh, 2012, 2013. Yeah.
If we played in last game of the season,
Oh.
and it's like Sancho goes.
21 is coming. We're saying it. No, we're not really. We're not going to jump on that yet. Yeah, I think he'll massively improve us. We've like I say, we've not had a right winger for a long time now, since Tony Valencia's early days, and Mason Greenwood did adapt to that role very, very well. But I think he's more of a he needs to develop into more of a forward, like a number 9, or just he can. I think he can play anywhere across that front three, but his finishing is so deadly that he has to play at that number 9, in my opinion. Has to. So now we're gonna actually move back to the centre back, because we did touch on Varane, but who do you think we will get if we don't get Varane? Do you think it's gonna be Pau Torres, or do you think we're gonna go for someone else?
That's going to be for my Torres.
Yeah. See, go on. Sorry.
That's not good. I'd stay on Pau Torres over Ben White.
Oh, of course, yeah. We've seen that video going round across social media within the past few days of Rashford putting Ben White on his arse last year. Yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, I prefer Pau Torres over Ben White, but I've not seen much of Pau Torres. I've seen him in the Europa League final, which broke my heart. We've seen him for Spain. He's not massively impressed me, but he's not been a player where I've said no, don't want him. For example, when people have been like linking alternative right wingers to United, and people have been saying Adama Traore, and I've been like, no, don't want him at all. Pau Torres isn't a player that I've not said I don't want. I just don't know. I've not seen enough of him, admittedly, to judge him really. And hopefully he comes on leaps and bounds, and if we get him, he becomes world class. Which, in my opinion, we probably will get him over Varane. Do you think that?
The way it's looking, and saying that United are seriously interested.
Yeah.
Fabrizio
Fjortov. Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't. Yeah.
I would want to say I think we would get Varane, but I can't tell. I don't know.
No, I don't. I think it will also be hard to negotiate with Real Madrid because I think they'll be pissed off with us about leaving the Super League, and especially when Florentino Perez made a quote the other day saying the poor English clubs fell as soon as UEFA threatened them. Obviously fell from the Super League. I think Real Madrid would definitely be annoyed with us for leaving the Super League. And we pray that we get Varane. What a signing that will be. I don't know why some people are sort of against it because he won like 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce. He was part of one of the best Real Madrid teams in history, maybe one of the best club teams in history in terms of the amount they won. They won that 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce. You know what I mean? It was unbelievable. Which I hope we can end up doing with Varane, but I doubt it. Moving on to backup right back, it doesn't look like we're going to get. Do you think we need a backup right back first of all?
It depends on Ollie really.
Okay.
Because I watched that Portugal game last night and I have to admit Dalot.
Yeah, yeah.
He had such a game.
One of the best players on the pitch.
Like the first half, the amount of times
Yeah.
he was going up, winning the ball, like.
Yeah.
Like if Ollie can see him doing that, say, okay, you've done your
Yeah.
loan, you've improved, I want you in the squad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And I would. I don't know about you. I would. Personally, I don't think Dalot's shown enough to be good enough, and I think he was very good last night. But I would definitely keep Dalot as a backup right back rather than buying Trippier or someone else like that, and then get a CDM instead, a good CDM. I would 100% rather that. But I think we're going to end up getting a backup right back, whether that be Trippier, whether that be Max Aarons maybe. I think we're going to get a backup right back. I'd get Tariq Lamptey, me. I think Tariq Lamptey's really good. I know he had that big injury, but I really rate him, me.
He had a good start the season, but defensively he does look kind of clumsy, so he does.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he's obviously only younger. I think he's like 21. He's obviously got a long way to go yet, but maybe he would be an option. But maybe it's better to go with some experience who's already played in the Premier League for a number of years for 2 different clubs in Kieran Trippier. Despite Atletico Madrid looking like they're asking for like 25 million pound for a backup right back who's 30, it seems like we might not get him. So, do you think we need to strengthen any other positions?
Okay. Right, hear me out first.
Okay.
Remember we were talking about the CDM?
Yeah.
Right, remember Sabitzer, what's he going for? Something...
15 million. Yeah. 15. Yeah, 15.
I don't know if you've watched him play for country or
Yeah.
his club. I watched him once. He's apparently a CDM, right?
Yeah.
But the amount of times he got forward.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, he can play CDM. He can be like a Donny.
Yeah.
Calm, centre mid CDM. So honestly, if we were to get a CDM, right?
Yeah.
I would pick him. So then,
Yeah.
if like we were ever need to rest, we could like put Donny in and like the midfield free, put back Donny Sabitzer.
Of course. Yeah.
That's still
Of course. It looks like maybe Pogba or Donny is one of them are gonna go, but um.
I don't know. I think both of them is good.
I hope so. That'd be amazing. That'd be great. But in my opinion, I would go with Sabitzer. I've watched him for Leipzig when he played that game against Spurs. I also watched him for Austria. I think it's Austria in it in the Euros. Obviously, he's in quite a limited team in terms of quality. I know he's got Alaba with him and a few others, but the whole team isn't that great in comparison to like that Leipzig team with Werner in it, for example, from a few years ago. So yeah, I would 100% take him. But is there any players that you would let go that you think might not go?
I mean, I swear we've been saying this one name for the last like 20 years, but Phil Jones.
Yeah,
Uh,
70k a week is on. That is a robbery. That
how much was it?
£70,000 a week. One of
70k a week.
yeah,
Mark McTominay, he's 30.
yeah, he's on like 25, 30k a week. Yeah, unbelievable. Robbing a living. Mata. Yeah, I would let Mata go. I think yeah,
Like a Spanish club or something like that.
yeah. I think he's been one of our greats because it's like he stuck with us through very hard times with Moyes, with Van Gaal during like when he was boring everyone, with Mourinho when it all went wrong, and with Ollie when it all went wrong in terms of the end of that season in 2019-20 season. When we didn't win for 12 games, and Matt has stuck with us through that, and he's done his blog, and he's a very nice man. I do not think he will move because he's got a restaurant in Manchester, so I don't think he will move. This might be lagging, by the way. My camera I don't think will be lagging, but Jamie's camera may be lagging. It just lagged for a second there, just to let the video know. But yeah, I would let Mata go. I would definitely let Lee Grant go, which I assume we're gonna do, but it might not happen.
I mean, United have confirmed that Romero is leaving, so yeah.
Oh yeah, but we just got Tom Heaton, so is he gonna still be the third? I don't understand why we really need a third choice goalkeeper. It was a bit random why we brought him in the first place that summer with it was Delot, Fred and Lee Grant. What? So random that summer, innit? But
Yeah, no, that's looking back. What was that summer transfer?
yeah, it was really random, very very random. But I'm of the opinion that one of Donny or Pogba will go. I know you think they'll stay, and I'd love them to stay. And hear me out here, because I know my opinion. If people are seeing this, will maybe divided here, but I think if it means United getting a CDM, I would let Donny go, and I'll be gutted that he's gone. But I would definitely let him go if it means us getting a CDM, because he may not play much and he hasn't played much. Which Ollie, that is on Ollie, and I'm fully like backing Ollie personally. But that's on Ollie. So maybe he will go. I'm not hoping that he's gonna go because I hope it works out for him. But maybe he will. What is your opinion on that? In terms of, would you let him go if it meant we get a CDM?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
100%. But I can understand, like, people just like went in and early.
Yeah.
Not play Donny at all. They got no game time. Lara, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, how to say it? Ollie did say this as soon as we signed him. He's like, he's gonna, like, he needs to adapt to the Premier
Yeah.
League. It's the best league in the world.
And
You know what I mean?
yeah, of course, and he hadn't. So
At the end of the season, like, he did play.
yeah, a few times. Yeah. Yeah.
Backup league.
Yeah, and he didn't. He hadn't. So whereas like the other leagues restarted after like the first massive wave of coronavirus. So the Premier League obviously restarted. So did the Liga, and I think La Liga did, Bundesliga did. But the Eredivisie didn't, and therefore Donny hadn't played football since March. So maybe his fitness wasn't up to scratch at the start and to the middle. Maybe he was injured. Maybe his mental health weren't great because he hasn't been doing his job. He's just been stuck at home, which I know everyone was in that position. But the Premier League did restart, for example, so he's going to need time to hopefully adapt to that system and to the way, especially when we play quite well, we're trying to play quite a fast-paced game in terms of counter-attacking, and we've got fast players in the team. Obviously, it doesn't always work out because the midfield isn't great. But hopefully Donny can get some fitness. I know he had to pull out the Euros injured, but hopefully he can get some fitness and just come back. To be fair, I've just seen here Andy Mitten via Sony Sports India saying a deal has not been agreed yet for Jadon Sancho, but the deal is very close to be completed. I don't know how many times we've heard the same thing again and again and again.
It's no news at all.
No,
Who is it?
no, it's. I don't think it will be confirmed tonight. I think it'll be confirmed within the next. I think a week and a half maybe. And I don't think it's as close as it's being made out to be. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I thought maybe last week it could have been confirmed this upcoming Friday if England get knocked out. But I think even if England get knocked out, it's still going to take us time to come back to negotiate because what was his name? Simon Stone said we're 4.5 million away still, and that's quite a lot. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's just a negative Simon Stone tweet before a transfer. But I may be wrong on this, but I disagree. I think on this time, I think he may be right because it's took us so long anyway. So I think he may be just right.
Yeah, you can look at it that way. But
Yeah.
obviously, I don't think Manchester United will announce it.
Oh no. I just need no. I just need here we go. That's all I need in my life right now.
But like, it's such a United thing to like know
Yeah.
all United fans are like to go like press reporter.
Yeah.
Virtual like tell me
Yeah.
this is not something United would do.
Oh yeah.
In European tonight,
And
get everyone hyped up.
Yeah.
So then everyone watches the England game tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But Southgate isn't playing. Southgate isn't playing Sancho, and I'm not sure why. Whether that's personally, I'm not of the opinion Southgate isn't good enough, and I assume you won't be supporting England. I'm assuming. Are you supporting England? I know you're from Northern Ireland.
Uh,
Massive rivalry. Yeah.
it's a hard one because obviously United players play for them, but like,
Yeah.
like I say that, but there has been one match that I haven't watched. I've watched every single match.
Okay.
So
Um,
I can see it's not.
I can't see England getting through me. Because if
We can speak Germany, so win it. If you speak Germany.
I hope so, but if you look at England's international knockout record, we've only won one game in knockouts in the Euros of the whole history, and we've not won against an actual good team that's ranked in like good ranked team with UEFA since 1966 when we won the World Cup, which is obviously unbelievable. We've had so many good generations since that. I think this is the best generation since for a long time, probably since I can remember. I know we had that golden generation. It was like 2004, but I was only 2 then, so I can't possibly remember that. I think it's a great generation. Obviously, we've got unbelievable players like Foden, Mount, Rashford, Grealish, Sancho, Saka, Maguire, etc. You know what I mean? But I'm just support any game, for example, Spain versus Croatia. If De Gea is playing, I just hope Spain do well anyway because De Gea is playing. I'm not convinced by the Spain team, but I just hope. Onto the goalkeeper situation as well, which was a nice segue. Who are you with in this situation? De Gea. So am I. I was with Henderson because Henderson kept 13 clean sheets, but to me, Henderson's attitude for a start and his just his goalkeeping ability, I think, it's not good enough. And De Gea as well also stuck with us because we sent a fax too late. If we didn't send a fax 1 minute late, a fax to Real Madrid, he would be at Real Madrid and we would have Keylor Navas. And thank God he didn't go to Real Madrid because we love him. And I know it divides opinion, and I respect both goalkeepers. I think they're both good goalkeepers. Personally, I'm just of the opinion Henderson may not be able to handle the pressure of playing for United? I know he had a good season for Sheffield United, but it's a different ball game when you're playing for United. It's massively different. What's your thoughts on that in terms of Henderson? Do you think he is good enough?
Uh, I think he is good enough, and like best way to put it is at the start of last season, no one ever really had this like thing where De Gea playing Premier League games
Yeah,
being cut.
yeah,
Whenever was working with that, De Gea will like De Gea's doing pretty decent,
yeah.
and but everything that Dean had to play, he did nothing wrong.
Oh no, no, no. Of course no.
Like he was doing well,
Yeah,
he was playing well, but then the second that he had to play like the Premier League games, because obviously De Gea had his newborn.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's when the pressure got to him. He like and
yeah.
he just caved in. Like
Yeah, which and I personally think De Gea will go. I think De Gea will move to Spain somewhere maybe on loan because he's just had his newborn, like you're saying, and he's not gonna want to be quarantining and going back and forth to see his child with and his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. And if you do ever see this to Gea, congratulations. You probably won't, but if you do, um, but yeah, I think he'll move to Spain because, like I say, because that's where they're from. That's home to him. You know what I mean? I hope Manchester's home to him though. Like I hope he's been here 10 years now. And I hope Manchester's home, but it probably isn't. Despite everything, hopefully it is. Hopefully he's settled.
the only reason he had to go to Spain, and the only reason like his girlfriend I think lives in Spain,
Yeah.
because his girlfriend a model.
His girlfriend. What? Sorry.
I'm pretty sure his girlfriend's a model.
I thought she was a singer. I might be wrong, but I'm sure that a few years ago, I think she was in Eurovision. I might have just like plucked that out of thin air. That might not be true, but I'm sure that I remember that. I might be wrong. Like if anyone wants to correct me, then feel free. I'm not purposely making something up. I do believe that might be true. But yeah, I personally stand. I think we both stand with De Gea on this. Hopefully De Gea stays. Um, hopefully we can bring through some of the young players as well because maybe Matic is going to go. Romero's gone. Obviously, Matt may go. Lingard looks like he's probably going to stay. I don't agree with that personally. I think yeah, he's done well. I love him. I love him. Obviously, he's from Manchester. He's a local lad to where I'm from, to where United are. And he did great at West Ham on loan, but I'm not sure. I don't think. I think we've seen that he can't do it for United over several years. What is your opinion on that? Different to mine?
Uh, alright, so it is.
Yeah,
Because like obviously, since he's from Manchester, he came up their academy. Everyone has so much love for him,
yeah.
and the personal problems he was going through, no one should ever go through that.
Oh no no no! I think didn't his was it one of his family members had cancer? I do know his auntie. Yeah, yeah, I know his auntie. She lives literally 5 minutes away from me. Obviously, I've not spoke to her about this. I would never ask her. But I just wish that if any of you do see this, I know you live near me. I wish you all the best. Obviously, it's a thing I would never wish anyone to go through. Um, but yeah, like you were saying with his mental health, it's a difficult one, and hopefully he's mentally strong enough to be able to. Obviously, no one's really mentally strong enough to come through it, but hopefully he can get through it and learn to live with how difficult it's been, and get back to his best. But I don't think that's going to be with United because we've got Bruno. If you look at like in terms of football, we've got Bruno. You know what I mean? And maybe he can be back up, but we've got Donny. But if Donny goes, maybe he will be back up. I'm not sure. Would you keep him as backup?
If you say where they're not going to replace him or something like that, I'd keep him
Okay.
as backup. And for example, like, say whenever Champions League starts, we have to play, I don't know,
Like a deadbeat team. Oh right, okay. I thought you meant like a deadbeat team, like a like, there's always one in the group where it's like they're not that great. They're good, but they're not that great. Like for example, Besiktas here.
oh, well, we can play him in there, but like,
Yeah.
for example, like, say we have to play, say with Brentford, right?
Okay.
And then we play like a Bayern Munich or a PSG, a big type club like that.
Yeah.
Play him in the Brentford team.
Oh yeah, of course.
Play Phil Jones, Bailly, like,
Yeah.
just play all the backup players.
Yeah, of course.
Do that against Brentford. Full team rested for a whole week rested.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I would disagree against Brentford. I think they're a good side, but I get what you're saying. Maybe against Arsenal relegations. No, I'm only joking. Arsenal fans. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It would be probably against the Norwich, the Burnley, them teams, the Newcastle. But yeah, I think I think he's on a lot of wages. I think that may be a reason why United may look to let him go. I think I'm not sure exactly what he's on. I wouldn't like to speculate on what he's on because I've not actually looked into that or anything like that. In terms of, I just wanted to ask you one question as well. And I know you obviously, like, I live in England. You live in Northern Ireland, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the biggest club in Northern Ireland? Is it United? Is it Liverpool? Arsenal?
I mean, in all of Ireland and Northern Ireland, the two main clubs, it's United and Liverpool.
Okay.
You'll find no City fans. You'll find, honestly, I have not met one Tottenham fan.
Mental.
I've met like two Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Delusional.
As always. Yeah, of course.
The two main ones, United and Liverpool. And
Yeah.
it's almost like directly split, so it is.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. That obviously, I live in Manchester, so it's quite it's literally mostly United and City. I know a few Liverpool fans, but I don't really like. There's not many Liverpool fans in Manchester, as you can imagine. But what I hated, I'm not sure if you've seen my video on the City losing the Champions League final when Chelsea won it a few. It's about a month and a half ago now. So I was saying, because a lot of United fans were saying, oh, it's just an oil derby and all that, and which it is. Like, they're both just new money in the game. But I was obviously, I'm sure all United fans must have preferred Chelsea to win it, because especially me, like when, for example, if I go outside my room and look out my window to like my front garden, I can see a City flag, like someone's got a City flag up. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are saying, oh, I don't care who wins. I massively preferred Chelsea to win it. Who did you prefer in that? Just as a general question there.
100% Chelsea.
Yeah.
As a United fan, no matter how big the rivalry is, no matter how low the rivalry is, you never want your rivals to do well.
No, of course, yeah,
No matter what it is.
of course.
If that considered Chelsea, if there's Man City versus Liverpool in the Champions League final, I would have went for Liverpool.
I wouldn't. I don't think I'd watch that game.
But honestly, I don't know who is, because
Yeah.
like City fans will be like, oh, but we've won more titles.
Oh yeah.
We have all the players.
But you've never won a European Cup. Yeah, you've never won a European Cup, and I don't like it when us as United fans are constantly getting told, oh, you only care about history. Your club is only history. Well, if you haven't got history, what are you? Do you know what I mean? Because like I'm not gonna go too like, oh, I'm gonna dig City out in this, but in my personal opinion, City are like a sports washing project. To hide the fact what the owners are doing in their country. But yeah, I would massively, obviously, have preferred Chelsea to win it. But At the same time, I am very jealous of them clubs for the way they get their transfers done. City may not get Harry Kane and Grealish, but the scouting, the negotiations, it's bang, bang, bang like that constantly. How would you like United to be run? Would you like the City model? Not in terms of like generating money, which you didn't have, in terms of like the transfers, or would you like the Leicester model where you go for less unknown players?
I'd rather go for the United way. The players
Okay.
people doubted.
Yeah.
Players people doubted. You took them in,
Yeah.
make them a star.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
way Alex Ferguson did with Cantona.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, oh, Cantona, you're crazy.
Oh yeah.
Took them in.
Yeah.
Cantona.
Oh yeah.
Now they came.
Cantona is literally like he literally turned up to a meal with a tracksuit on. You know what I mean? When everyone else has got a suit on, like that was Cantona. Bruno reminds me a little bit of him. Like obviously no one can replicate Cantona, but Bruno with constantly moaning to the ref, just his attitude towards winning, his attitude towards the team. Come on like that, and Rooney used to do that as well. I loved it. Obviously the United way in the film. The film was amazing. That like obviously we only as young people we only know a limited amount of things about Matt Busby and the Busby Babes. Obviously we'll have educated ourselves massively, but obviously to watch a film that's basically based around what Sir Matt Busby and the Busby Babes created, it was beautiful. It was a great film and narrated by the King as well, Eric the King. It was unbelievable. Did you love that film?
Love them.
Yeah, so did I.
Every big United documentary, the class of '92,
Yeah.
United way. Even that new Sir Alex Ferguson,
Yeah.
documentary, if you watched it,
Yeah, I went to the cinema.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's more with that documentary about Sir Alex Ferguson. It's more about like the man of Sir Alex Ferguson and how he overcame adversity and problems in his life, and it was great to see. Obviously, he talked about how he managed, etc. But it was very emotional and very, very, very good to see. I'm glad he's getting better. As obviously he had health issues a few years ago in 2017, 18, something like that. So yeah, is there anything more you want to say? Is there anything you want to ask me on this podcast?
Mm, right. Where do you think this team will finish next season?
This team currently that we've got. Okay, sorry, go on.
Oh, no, I'm gonna name the team.
Okay, okay,
With, you know the team of transfers.
okay,
De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire,
okay,
Shaw, Pogba, Camavinga,
okay.
Sancho, Bruno, Rashford, Haaland.
I think we have to challenge for the title. Um, I can't say we're going to win the title. I cannot possibly do that because City have literally got two squads. Whether they're about to let four of their players go for Harry Kane is another matter. But we should be challenging for the title with that team. I'm not going to sit on the fence there. I'm going to say that team will get. I'm going to say 86 points. Because obviously last season we get like 79 points but Liverpool had injuries, a lot of injuries. City started the first 10 games terribly. It was a very weird season. It was games every 3 days, which not this season coming up. The season after is going to be like because of the World Cup that's going to be in the winter. So the season from last season is going to be the same as in 2 seasons. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be very jam packed again. But I think that team is a team that's Ollie's team. This currently is half Ollie's team and half Mourinho's team. A little bit of Moyes' team, a little bit of Van Gaal's team. It's all mismatching and stuff like that. And I think that would finish, I'm going to say, with 79 points. I hope first. I'm going to cross my fingers for first. What about you? Where do you think that would finish?
I'd say around 75 points. But
Okay.
me and a few mates of mine, we have done like a wee early prediction for next season, and then we might change it obviously after transfers.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I have a gut Liverpool will win the title. United will come second. Chelsea will come third. City will come fourth.
Oh, it'd be great to see City do terribly. It would be horrible to see Liverpool win the title though. Awful. It was horrible to see them with that great team and the so-called best team. Your best team is one of the worst champions ever. You know what I mean, Liverpool. Yeah, I just want to say you're welcome on here again, and thank you for coming on this podcast. I massively appreciate it. No problem. And I did put back the time a few times just to let the video know, so I do apologise for that. This has been Kian. That's been Jamie from the Football Obsession, and we're out.